Hey guys. Hey, now don't judge me. Tonight's pillow talk, and it's pillow talk for a reason because we do it at nighttime. So I am though actually getting ready for an event later on this. I'm leaving tomorrow, and so later on, so I've put my hair in rollers. So please excuse the rollers. No judgment. This is no judgment free zone, and so I am here in my rollers. Anyway, tonight we're going to continue part two of creating your life story. If you missed Tuesday, please go back and see Tuesday because it was phenomenal and it was so wonderful. And there's some great nuggets in yes on Tuesday to see. Hello, Miss Barbara. Hello, guys. How are you all doing? Like I said, I'm in my rollers tonight because it's nighttime. It's pill talk, and I'm coming from the couch as well, so I'm trying to adjust here so that you can see a little bit more of me. So we're coming from the couch tonight because I'm winding down and I'm preparing my hair for tomorrow. So tonight we're going to just continue on. Tuesday we talked about limiting beliefs, and we talked about self-talk and how we really need to make that self-talk positive, and reinforcing the things that are really happening in our life. We talked about looking back at our past successes and allowing those past successes to come to our present and to our future so that we can look at basically how far we've come, what we've accomplished, and that we can accomplish those things together. And we can accomplish those things now. Okay. So let's go on. So we were talking about creating our life story. And tonight I want to talk to you about expanding your boundaries. Okay, so you're like, Chris, what's expanding your boundaries? Expanding your boundaries are looks like for me, getting on live and doing videos is expanding me because it's something that's difficult for me to do in my daily life, but I'm challenging myself to show up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's causing me to grow. So eventually one day down the road I'll be looking at these videos and you will be able to see how they've progressed and they've gotten better because I've moved that goalpost out and I'm stretching myself a bit. And so I'm going for that goal, and it's increasing. And it also makes you feel better. It makes you feel good. And once you've accomplished something. So what are you guys working on tonight? If you will, go ahead and drop it down in the comments. Let me know what your goal is, and then give me one step on what you guys are doing to get to that goal. And I'll wait. I'll wait for you guys to go ahead and put that into the chat. Okay. And when you're watching this on replay, if you would do that as well, so we can share with one another, I'll try to capture some good nuggets, and so we can share with one another on some goals and some things that we are doing for ourselves to grow in our and grow towards that goal that we've set. Okay. So give you guys a few moments to do that. All right. Thank you. So, what does expanding your boundaries look like? Physically, it may be, say you're lifting weights and you're going to a higher weight. That's expanding yourself. That's pushing yourself beyond your regular limits so that you can grow and stretch your muscles and to build them. And that's the same thing we want to do in life, in our daily life. When we have a goal, we want to set a goal and then set something outside of that little comfort zone that we have so we can grow towards that goal. Okay. And so the next thing we want to do, and when we're doing this goal setting and this stretching beyond our boundaries, we want to do some practices of that's transformational. Okay. And what do I mean by that? You want to implement activities that coincide with your goals and the steps that you're making, and that stretching of your boundaries. So we want to get to the meat of what's going on. When I health coach and when I do wellness coaching, one-on-one. What I first have everyone do, of course, is the circle to see what area really we probably need to concentrate on. But because you're the client, we pick what you want to do and to discuss, and we set goals. But the whole time we're doing that, I'm also looking at your chart to see if there's little things that we need to tweak in your primary plate. And so daily practices are a great way to reflect on who you really are. So who are you at the end of the day? What things are you seeing in your everyday life that are mirroring your actions? Hey, hun, thank you for joining tonight. I appreciate it. So, what are you doing in your daily life that you see is mirroring what your goals are? And the reason I ask you that is because if you're not seeing something in your life that's mirroring what you want to be or what you are trying to do, then you really need to sit and look at, like, who am I at the end of the day? And what am I putting out in the world that's connecting me to my goal? What are you doing? So I know, like for Miss Barbara, she's an author. So she would be working on her book. So what would she see? Some things may be coming up for her, and she may see some things like she'll see like maybe a picture that reminds her of her book, or she'll see someone will mention something about her book, or she'll see, other little reminders during the day about what she's doing. Okay. So for me as a health and wellness coach, and it's like anything that you focus on, your world starts to mirror it. So with me as a health and wellness, I look at different articles throughout the day. I will like maybe pick up some books, and what I will start to see, and I will start like ads will start being targeted to me because I'm in health and wellness, because I click on them a lot. I'll start to see people out uh, walking or exercising. I'll start seeing people, I'll start getting recipes, because that's what I'm putting out in the world. So those are things that your life should start to mirror. You should start having this mirror. Now, if I start to see other things that are going, that are not, goal base, then that's why I need to come back and do some self reflection. Like, what are you doing? What am I really putting out in the world? Because what you're putting out is what you will come back to you. Okay. And you can see this all the time. You can see this like ads are like the best way to describe it. Like when you've clicked on something online, or you've mentioned something on TV, you will get more of those ads, and you'll get more of those suggested TV shows as well. And so you will start to see that and get that. So that's what happens in your everyday life. What you put out towards your goal, you should be seeing mirroring in your life. And now, if it's something you do not want to see, you may want to sit and be honest with yourself, take a deep dive into what you're putting out there into the world, because there's something that you are doing that's drawing in these things. Maybe you have too many negative people, and that's why you're seeing a lot of negative things. And you may need to adjust your friends list. You may to need to adjust what you're watching on TV, what you're listening to. Yes. Miss Barbara put she taking classes online regarding publishing, interest in going back to school to learn something new. So now that she's put that out into the world, that she's going to be wanting to take these classes, when she starts to look and to scroll and to click on things, the world is going to project back to her what she's put into it. Okay. So she's going to start getting things, ideas about classes. She's going to start getting articles about publishing. She's going to start getting things on going back to school and things you need to do to when you return to school. She's going to start getting those things back because that's what she's put out into the world. So that's what we really want to look at, is what we're putting out into the world and what we're receiving. So in a few weeks, as Miss Barbara goes out and she starts clicking on things and looking at classes and looking at publishing and some of her other interests, she will start to get more of that back to her. Okay. So Miss Barbara, we're going to check in with you next week to see how much of like maybe ads or other things that you've gotten maybe in your email or in the regular mail, what you've received back or that you've seen on TV that's targeting your interest. Okay. So we want to do that. We want to reflect on who we are, what we're putting out in the world, and what's mirroring what we want out of life. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do after that is to pay attention to what's happening around you in your experience. Start to take inventory of how you are using your intentions. Okay, where are you putting your attention? All right, so start taking inventory of where you are where you're putting your attention to. What are you placing your attention on? Take inventory of that. And if those things don't match up to what your goals are and what you want to do, then you'll have a list, because that's how we go work, guys. You make a list, you can see it, and then you can activate. Okay. So if you make a list and you see that you're putting too much attention on watching TV, you're putting too much attention on maybe going out, then you will see that written down, and you can put the minutes by how many minutes you've watched TV, how many hours you've watched TV, how many hours have you spent going out, how many hours have you worked on your goal. Okay. And when you have those things written out, you can see clearly of where you're spending your time and where you may need to make some adjustments. Okay. And this goes along with your health and wellness. Goes along with your eating. So if you're eating, make a list. Keep a food journal is a really great way. Every time you eat something, put it in your food journal. How much of it did you eat? I know people say, well, it gets tiresome, but it's a good way to, like, if you do it for a week, it's a good way to see what your intake is of certain foods. And then it's a good way to make some adjustments. Okay. And it works just like in the other areas we have on our circle. Your career. If this is the career that you want, are you learning more about that career? How much time are you putting in by learning more about what you're doing? If that's the way you want to go. If it's something else you want to do, like Miss Barbara said, she's going to start looking and going to classes. And then how much time are you doing your research about going back to school? Okay. And so we want to reflect and see where we're playing, what things are we putting our attention to. We want to make a list, and then we want to say how many hours we're doing it, and then look at that and then make adjustments. Thank you. I thank y'all for your support out there. I appreciate it. And then also remind ourselves nothing is random. There's too many things in life where they come together and you can see that these things were meant to be. They're not coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that things are lined up to be how they're supposed to be. The people we're supposed to meet we meet them. The people that we are supposed to interact with, we meet them. They either make us stronger, or they make us look at where we are and maybe need adjustments to where we need to be. Okay. So, to recap tonight, in our story, because we know we first started with limiting beliefs, where we wrote down those beliefs that we didn't believe about ourselves, and we went behind them and then wrote in our successes. Remember that Tuesday? We wrote our successes against every limiting belief. We want to continue that and do deep dives on who are we? What are we putting energy into? What are we doing? And then write down, those things that we're spending our time with, and also monitoring what we're seeing in the world. Are you seeing what you really want to happen in your life? Are those things starting to, are your life, the things that are happening to you starting to mirror your life? And to be honest with y'all, and not to say there are some things that happen that are totally out of our control. We know that there's some things that really happen, I believe, are totally out of our control. But if you are really truly honest with yourself, you can look at circumstances and see how you had a role in that circumstance. Okay. So we really want to be really paid this week and this weekend, guys. Just really pay attention to what you are putting out into the world. Are you really chasing that goal? If you are, the world will reflect that back to you. You will start to attract those things that you're putting out into the world. So, for instance, like I said, like ads on TV, if you're clicking on something a lot, you're going to get a bunch of those ads back. That's just how it works. So, it works the same way in our eating, our health. So, if you're eating bad foods, you're going to gain that weight. If you're eating foods that are good for you and you have a balanced diet, you will lose weight, or your weight, you may at least be able to maintain that weight. You those things do happen. So it's great to have a health coach. It's great to have a mentor in whatever area you are going in or working on. I know that for me and clients that work with will be, if it's something I see that, like, say they're struggling in their finances or whatever, and it's giving them headaches and problems, and they're really struggling in that area, then my job is to suggest someone that can help you in finance. And then when they tell you what to do with your finances, you would come back to me, and I'd help you come up with goals to reach those things. Same way with health and wellness. Your doctor is telling you that you need to lose weight or you need to eat better, then you bring those back to me. I help you come up with goals, and then you set up things to go ahead and be able to execute those goals. Okay. So that's what I want you guys to work on this weekend, is to really pay attention to what you're doing. Write those things down. How much time are you spending on them? So you can be truthful and honest with yourself. That's the only way to change anything in your life, is when you are truthful and honest with yourself. And whatever you are doing, you can make your tweaks and stretch your boundaries and do something that you may be a little uncomfortable about, you know, that's going to help you grow. But go ahead and take those steps towards that goal. Okay. So I love you all. Won't hold you long. I just wanted to really share those things with you. Next Tuesday, we are going to discuss 7 steps, or not even just seven, but steps to get to grow younger and to live longer. We're going to do a deep dive into a another level of health and wellness. Our goal is longevity. Our goal is to not only have longevity and health, but be in good health during that time period. I really don't want to, like, if I want to live till I'm like 90 or 100, but I want to be an active 90 and 100, So we're going to really go into those things. And I may have Mr. Hill on with me again to talk about some foods that will help you along your journey as well. Because as you guys know, we have a cookbook coming out, and his book is coming out the beginning of the year to help you with these resolutions that we can actually start today. We'll talk about that too. And so I really appreciate you all listening to me tonight and coming tonight. Please is it like, share, subscribe? I think that's what it is. I think that I've got it this time. It's like, share, and subscribe, because I would love to have you on each week as we go through these things. You can write them down. And yes, I'm so thankful that, yes, that will really help us all. We really want to be active. We really want to achieve these goals. We're here for purpose. So I really believe that. So let's go out and be goal chasers, okay, and finishers. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and let's relax. Let's get the wiggles out. I got to get the wiggles out. All right. Just roll those shoulders a few times. Let's go a few times forward. All right. Got those wiggles out. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. All right. You guys ready to do quick meditation? All right. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Inhale big. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for excusing my rollerhead. I love you all. We will have a great time next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye-bye.